Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Mr. Avatar 316. I am back on YouTube here to make a DVD review that was requested by two YouTubers. Because two YouTubers requested it, I decided to immediately go for it. As for the other people who have requested me earlier, don't worry. I'm gonna make my videos for you guys ASAP. Anyway, this video was requested by Joel Davies and Ross Gray, so remember to go subscribe to them. Their usernames will be in the description box down below, so go check their channels out. And at the same time, why don't you check out my WWE DVD pickups video from last time. If you guys want me to make a review on any other of those DVDs, let me know. Comment below. As you guys know, I'm reviewing Rock vs. Cena from my pickups. So I'm glad someone asked me to make a review on this, because this DVD was a great asset to my collection, or is a great asset to my collection. And I'll tell you what. Now let's just go through the cover as quick as possible. You got Rock and Cena on the front cover. I think it's pretty obvious. Once in a lifetime. Not really. Here's a side view. The Rock, Cena, you got some description over here. I don't think I have to read this for you guys. You can read it yourself. Comes with a little information right here. 3-disc set. Open it up. You got The Rock on one side, Cena on the other. I like it. Open it up again. You got Rock, blank disc, Cena, 3-disc set. Now, the first disc is simply a documentary on their historic rivalry since 2011, since the return of the Great One, all the way to WrestleMania 28. So anything afterwards is not included in this DVD. So, yeah. Second and third disc are basically several moments that occurred during this rivalry that had to do with it, and I don't think they missed out anything important. Nothing important that I would remember of, but they had every single details. Like, they got, starting from The Rock's return to Raw, then you got Cena responding the next week, then you got The Rock confronting Cena from his home. Cena adjusts The Rock's attitude, says right here, whatever that is. Then, WrestleMania 27 introduction, when The Rock introduces the people as a guest host. Then you had the Miz versus John Cena match, which was a terrible match in my opinion. Not a terrible match, but it was just not interesting for a main event, in which The Rock screws Cena. Then you have the match, the date when it was settled. They announced the match. John Cena, This Is Your Life. I think they got the date wrong. Because I was there live on Raw. It was November 14, 2011, when I went there live and witnessed the John Cena This Is Your Life segment with Mick Foley. So, yeah, WWE, come on. You can do better than that. And you got the Boots to Asses on Raw, the same Raw. Like I said, I think this took place in November 14 because I was there when it happened. So it was November 14. Yeah, it was November 14. It was a Raw before Survivor Series, and I would know that because Survivor Series was November 20th, which consisted of The Rock and Cena against The Miz and R-Truth. Great match to watch, listed on the DVD case. Then on disc 3, you would have, John Cena calling out Dwayne Johnson. The Rock and Cena face to face. I liked how they included the Rock history lessons. Those were really entertaining to watch as well. I believe in one of them he was in Philly. I think he was standing beside the Rocky Balboa statue. Yeah. Basically giving a history lesson to John Cena and the fans. Really, really good segments to watch. You got more history lessons right here. You got 3 of them. You got Cena returning home to Boston on March 5th, 2012, in which they confronted again. the return of the Doctor of the Thugonomics. Great moment right there when Rock and Cena were having this battle in different music lifestyles. Like Rock would sing, Cena would rap. It was really entertaining to watch. Then their final confrontation before the epic match that took place on WrestleMania 28, April 1st, 2012. And then they also had the press conference that took place before it. So, I mean, just by reading off the list of the index, you can pretty much see that this DVD is pretty much solid. It is a great DVD to buy, especially if you've witnessed every single pieces of it, because it just it's pretty much going to be there to remind you of the great moments that we've had in 2011 and 2012. I'm trying to remove all the discs that way I can show you the pictures that are behind the discs as you remove them. There's Cena giving the attitude adjustment to The Rock. Now, as I said earlier, they didn't include the footages or the segments that occurred after WrestleMania 28 because this DVD was scheduled before it happened, I think. And it's better off that they didn't do that because, well, let's face it, the build-up for WrestleMania 29's match was absolute shit. The Rock and Cena barely had confrontations. I mean, they barely showed up on Raw. They barely promoted this match. And what did I know? The match at WrestleMania 29 between these two were epic failure. Simple as that. It was it was terrible. Compared to last WrestleMania's match. Last WrestleMania's match was very, very entertaining to watch. And this year's was not as entertaining. Now, it's not because of Cena winning. Simply, I was not a huge fan of it. Just not a huge fan of it. They should have just stuck to this match and then, forget about it. I mean, after all, it did say once in a lifetime. I don't know why they had to repeat it. I mean, the same with the Hogan and Rock match. They had it at WrestleMania, then they had a rematch. But the best part about it was they didn't take it to an extreme, or they had it in the years after the year after WrestleMania. That would have been terrible. Just picture WrestleMania 19 with Rock versus Hogan again. It would have been shit, in my opinion. Instead, they had it No Way Out. I thought that was a better idea. They could have done the same thing, have John Cena face The Rock at SummerSlam, maybe even Survivor Series, or even Royal Rumble. Doesn't really matter. Have Cena get a 1-2-3, and there, Cena can say he's beaten The Rock. I mean, I don't think it's necessary to have Cena say that he's beaten The Rock at WrestleMania because, I mean, to be quite honest, we're at the time where it doesn't really matter if you beat this guy at WrestleMania or not. I mean, one way or another, you beat the guy. That's that. That's my opinion. I mean, I think WrestleMania has transcended from its glorious extravaganza to, an average pay-per-view. I mean, it's really depressing to say that. I mean, you have to admit, WrestleMania is not as prestigious as it once was. If you go back to WrestleMania 9, WrestleMania 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, all the way to 1, those WrestleManias were classic because they had some of the matches that are still remembered today. WrestleMania 3 is remembered for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Savage. Also, Hogan and Andre the Giant. WrestleMania 9 is remembered for the main event for the WWE title, where Hogan comes into the match comes in after Yokozuna wins the title from Brett, and then beats Yokozuna for the 1-2-3 to get the win. It's things like that makes WrestleMania so special. And they did the same thing for WrestleMania 28. I had to give them credit for that. WrestleMania 28 was a tremendous WrestleMania because these two turned the roof out the building, even though there was no roof. My mistake. But still, they ignited the crowd. They had the crowd going. But WrestleMania 29 was just a big disappointment. The only matches that I believe, well, that's a different topic, but the only matches I believe had WrestleMania 29 barely survive were the Punk and Undertaker match, and maybe, just maybe, the Triple H and Lesnar match. So, anyways, going back to the topic. Now, I'm happy this DVD does not include any of the segments or promos or build-up that occurred for in 2013. I'm really glad they didn't do that because, let's face it, this year's promos and build-ups to this WrestleMania sucked. This DVD was solid. I cannot think of one negative aspect to it or one negative comment to say. I think it's very well organized. They have all the documentary related stuff on the first disc, and they organize it pretty well as well. Although sometimes I feel like the WWE documentaries these days are kind of short. But I don't know. It might just be me. I mean, I thought the documentary for this DVD was short. Well, maybe because it was a 1 year long rivalry and it wasn't really a long period. I mean, it was a long period. Okay, compared to a rivalry, an average rivalry or a build-up, it was pretty long. But it was not enough to fill up the DVD, in my opinion. But they had moments on the second and third disc which I thought were very good, so that's a win-win right there. So yeah, that's basically my review for Rock vs. Cena. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.